So one thing I've always wanted to do was have the tone that I take with me on gigs or whatever all created by myself. Basically what I mean by my pedals, etc. So what we've got here is my final, I think, setup. I think. You never know. You never know. Anyway, so I'm using the Valeton as a base, using my pedals going into it and a NAM capture of my Peavey SilverStripe, just the preamp with some of the power amp section as well, captured using that as the amp in the Valeton. The Valeton can now can't capture, but it can take NAM captures. So what I did basically was I set up my pedals with the amp and got the tone I wanted, then took the pedals off, captured that, put it onto the GP200, the Valeton, and worked around it. So signal chain is very simple. Guitar goes straight into the Phoenix Overdrive. This is my version, so they don't look like that anymore. If you look on the site, they have a much more modern look. This is mine. Then it goes in the Tunguska. This is this one here. This is a distortion pedal. Again, this is my version of it that I use. They are on the site to buy. And then it goes straight into the Valeton as the first thing. In the Valeton, the first thing that it hits then is the amp, which is basically the NAM capture of the Peavey. I also captured it with the EQ settings that I wanted and that worked with the pedal. So basically it's nearly like for like in here. Then it has a compressor, which is set up just so that it feels like it's a little bit of a power amp squashiness. That then goes into the cab IR, which is my IRs, which you can also find on the site, which is the Thrasher. And from there it goes into other effects. One of the things I've added is a EQ. That's just sometimes it can be a little bit screechy and the EQ just kind of levels everything out a bit. We have a reverb, and we have on this channel we have a boost, and we also have a chorus. So basically everything that you're hearing comes straight out of the Valeton. There's nothing else added. This is what you see is what you hear, right? So it's basically the same as if you would add it, if you would put it into the desk straight. So that is with nothing engaged. This is with the EQ. But I basically never played that clean. I also always have the Phoenix because it's a beautiful kind of edge of breakup kind of transparent overdrive. And then we have the Tunguska Distortion. Then we have some reverb. And we can dial in a little bit of delay. The delay is always on, but it is on 0 if the foot switch is, if the foot pedal is back. So as you press it down, it blends it in. can also add a bit of a boost for leads and stuff. And the chorus. Now I've got a duplicate of this, but instead of a chorus on that patch, I've got a tremolo. So if you want to hear this, check the timestamps. It's in a mix. Everything was done with the Valeton straight in. So IRs, everything. Nothing was added in the DAW. So to explain the pedalboard as well, I've got 2 channels coming out. So basically, from the output, it goes into the looper, because some of the things that we do gets looped. And to get a little bit of separation between the channels, so it's not exactly the same, I've got the mimic pedal on as well, but that's only for live and so on. So essentially this channel here, the left channel has an IR included and the right channel doesn't. So the right channel can go straight into a power amp and a proper guitar cab, not a FR because I don't like them at all. So that's the setup. If you like these, check out the website, check out the description. There's details on everything, and I will include the stuff to buy. But essentially, finally have a live sound setup which is all mine. Hope you enjoy the demo.
Thank you.